before I didn't sin, and then I came and I sinned, will the Lord still see me as the way I was before sinning? Or is He going to change His mind about me? Well, let's see what the Holy Bible says. 1 Corinthians 12:7-11, it says, "But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to each one for the profit of all. For to one is given the word of wisdom through the Spirit, to another the word of knowledge through the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another gifts of healings by the same Spirit, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, to another different kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues. But one and the same Spirit works all these things, distributing to each one individually as He wills." In other words, before sinning, God gave me certain gifts. Who gives the gifts? It is the work of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit does two things. There is the gifts of the Spirit and there is the fruits of the Spirit. So the Holy Spirit gives the gifts. The gifts I just read, 1 Corinthians 12, healing, preaching, teaching, prophesying, all these are gifts. So who gives them? It is the work of the Holy Spirit. Since it's the works of the Holy Spirit, what God gives, God never takes back. And since God gave us gifts through the Holy Spirit, from the very beginning we were sinners. What has changed? I'm always a sinner. So if God gave me the gifts while I was a sinner at the very start, why would He take it if I sin again? He gave it while I was a sinner. Why would He take it? And I'll seal it with this. Romans 11:29-32. Look at this. Romans 11:29-32. "For the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable." Actually, I won't read anymore. Romans 11:29. "For the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable," meaning what God gives will never call it back, no matter how we act, behave, because it's got nothing to do with me. It's got to do with the work of the Holy Spirit in me, through me, and by me. The works belong to God, not to me. So why would He take it? If he had taken it, that meant those works were done by me, not by Him. So that's why when I became naughty, He took care of me. No, the works are done by the Holy Spirit through me. So why would He take His own works? Are you with me? Secondly, God is love. Parents that are here and watching us, I ask you this. You have children, God bless them, and God bless you. When your children make mistakes, do you deny them they are no longer your children? Do you? Never. Can you be happy to kick your child out of the house and say, you go and sleep in the street, and you go and you put your head as mom and dad on the pillow and sleep comfortably, knowing your son, your daughter is in the street and I don't know what's happening to them? Can you do that, mom and dad? No. Well, they are naughty. Why don't you do that? They deserve it, don't they? Say, you cannot live in this house anymore. You are no longer my daughter. You are no longer my son. No. What do? No matter how much they give you hell, you continue giving your life for them. Because they were born of you. Do you know the difference between us and angels? One thing. Angels, God created them externally. Us humans, God created us internally. That's why they are servants. We are the sons. The most powerful angel, the archangel Michael, he comes, he must salute me. I am the weakest of all. I'm nothing but a piece of dust. Archangel Michael, he only needs to blink his eye, he can wipe the whole world. Not just me, the whole world with me. Yet the most powerful, the holy angel of God cannot dare to look into my face. He needs to bow and salute me. Why? Because I descend from the royal family. I am the son of his master. This piece of dust. That's why you read in the Holy Bible, Old and New Testament, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael, when they talk, look, listen to them. They say, I, the Archangel Gabriel, who stands in the presence of God. I, the Archangel Michael, who stands in the presence of God. And you go to Revelation chapter 4, and you see the 24 elders. The 24 elders is the Church of Christ of both branches, the New and the Old Testament. So who are the Church of Christ? The human beings, people made out of dust. And John the Beloved says, and I saw the 24 elders sitting in the presence of God, not standing. Why? Because the Son sits while Daddy stands. But how dare a servant sit in the presence of his master? Their head will be chopped and they'll be kicked out. Angels stand, we sit. And we're selling all this for the pig's field, for having fun. My son, my daughter, don't ever replace your eternity with the pig's field called the world. Don't ever. We cannot afford to lose our eternity.